The Ludlow Massacre Memorial in Colorado is an emotional reminder of the struggles faced by American workers in their fight for fair wages and safe working conditions. Here is their story. On the west side of I-25, about 12 miles north of Trinidad, there is a ghost town of Ludlow, Colorado. And just a mile or two down the road from the ghost town is the Ludlow Massacre Memorial. The United Mine Workers of America built the monument in 1918 to honor the victims of the 1914 Ludlow Massacre. In the early 1900s, nearly 10% of Colorado's employed population worked in the coal mining industry, an extremely difficult and dangerous job. One of the largest coal mining companies in the state was the Colorado Fuel and Iron Company. In 1913, the United Mine Workers of America presented a list of demands to the Colorado Fuel and Iron Company for improved working conditions and better wages. The demands included an 8-hour workday and the right to live and trade outside the company town. The demands were rejected by the company, and about 90% of the workforce went on strike. The miners and their families were evicted from the company housing, and several tent colonies were established along the strike zone, with Ludlow Tent Colony being one of the largest. Ludlow had about 1,200 miners and family members living in 200 tents. They were a community. In the ensuing months after the strike, there were increasing tensions between the coal company and the mine strikers. The company's private security harassed the colony, trying to incite them to violence so the state militia would be called in to assist. When the state militia arrived, they were largely sympathetic to the coal company. On the day before the massacre, the striking miners and their families, along with some of the state militia, celebrated the Greek Orthodox Easter with a feast and baseball game. The next morning, on April 20th, the tensions reached a boiling point and shots were fired from both sides. In an act of solidarity with the miners, a train conductor stopped his train on the tracks, separating the militia machine guns from the tent colony. At some point, the tent colony caught fire. The conflict lasted 14 hours, and 21 men, women, and children were killed. 4 women and 11 children took refuge from the gunfire in a pit they had dug under a tent. When the colony was set on fire, 2 of the women and all of the children suffocated to death in the pit. After the Ludlow Massacre, the other tent colonies went to war. For 10 days, they attacked and destroyed mines, and at least 50 more people were killed. The Colorado governor asked for federal troops. Unlike the state militia, the federal troops were impartial, and order was restored. The strike ended in December of 1914. The public outcry from the massacre received national attention, and it was instrumental in the creation of new labor laws. The landscape where the tent colony once stood is now a National Historic Landmark. The Ludlow Massacre was a Colorado tragedy that played a crucial role in labor reform. Thank you so much for watching. If you're interested in lesser-known Colorado gems, then please hit subscribe and follow along on our journeys. We'll see you next time.